day I parted away from you. Sorrow, grief, and in trouble too. You gave to me the parting hand. You wished me safe in old Cumberland land. I took the steering in my hand. I steered through ice and I steered through sand. I took the steering in my hand, and we steered our way to the Cumberland land.
I saw volunteers, I saw working on the trail and all that was accomplished, and realized that trails didn't just happen, trails are made.
A volunteer program like this, especially, where, these are people that choose to be here. So, they all come for different reasons, but it's all kind of for the same goal.
I read about the big dig in the Chattanooga paper last year. So I volunteered last year, gave them 5 days of work, and then this year came back to do the same.
It was very eye-opening. You just go out there in this virgin forest and there's nothing, and then by the time you leave in the afternoon, there's a trail. It was amazing.
When I heard about the Cumberland Trail being built, I was really interested. I've always been interested in seeing what the process is, and like actually blazing a trail.
I'm from the city. I grew up in the city. My first day I'd ever hiked in my whole entire life, I was building trail in the Cumberland Trail. You get this moment every day that you just feel satisfied and feel like you've worked hard, and that makes me feel good about myself and about what I'm doing.
It is really hard work, especially if it's in the summer and it's hot, but it's so much fun that you don't even think about it. And there's usually a swimming hole at the end of the day to cool off anyway, so.
When I finished the hiking the Appalachian Trail, I knew that I wanted to do something. I was volunteering for the Cumberland Trail Conference for roughly 3 years. And it just so happens that it opened up a position did come available, and I was able to come on board with the Cumberland Trail Conference.
The first year I came here, I came as a result of an alternative spring break I did through Michigan State University, which is where I went to school. I came on that spring break just as a volunteer. I'd heard about the program, and we kind of got into the basics of trail digging and trail building. I enjoyed myself so much that 1 week, and I thought, what a better way to spend my summer than in the mountains, outdoors, getting tough.
You have your choice, and you can go short distances or long distances, and working on the Cumberland Trail seems like you're putting back into the system a little bit. I hiked this year the sections that I'd worked on last year to see how they looked and how they weathered. They seemed pretty good, yes. You could tell where the trail was, and you could still see results of people working on it.
After working on this one section during the fall, a friend of mine and I came back up and walked the part that we had worked on, just to see what it looked like. It's a really big feeling of accomplishment when you look back and see the quarter mile of trail that you worked on during the day.
Started doing some hiking, and I picked up a magazine. In the back of the magazine it had the little ad talking about free food and free lodging. Sound like my kind of thing. I've done some hiking, but I've never done any trail building, which is kind of an experience. I mean, there's some slow times, but there's a lot of hard work involved in it, and so it's been enjoyable so far.
I really have fallen in love with it. The area, just in general, the terrain we don't have really hills in Michigan at all, and so to be able to walk up a mountain and have to really work hard at walking out, it's neat. It's hard, but it's really neat. I came on a spring break trip. I was actually the site leader from Michigan State. I brought a group of 24 down here. We volunteered for a week, And on that week I talked to Mark about the summer program, and they were starting up the Big Dig, and I applied, and he called me, so I got the job.
First time I came out here was with the spring breakaway of 2003. I came out with my school, UNC Chapel Hill, and it was a great time. You know, that was the first time I heard about the Cumberland Trail. You know, it's really changed the way I look at hiking now. I never take a trail for granted because I know how much effort went into building that trail.
It blows your mind to think about how much progress we've made in these last 5 years. It's just all these young people that's coming in to work from colleges and their interests, and it just inspires us to go with it.
Along here in the plateau is a part of the country or part of the world. There's nothing else like it other than the rift zone in Africa. Hundreds of waterfalls all along the plateau area just really make it beautiful and unique. So I was born in the Chicago area, which is flat land, and moved to Memphis, which is flat land. So it is wonderful to see something other than flat land, to see a mountain and especially a waterfall.
What draws people to this area, I believe, is something that's a new adventure. I think the people that have gotten the word out to them what we're trying to do and want to do has kind of inspired them to come and maybe want to be a part of it.
What I'm seeing is I know it's going to be part of something bigger than just what they're seeing. It's going to be part of a 300-mile corridor, a trail. It's a great experience for me every day just to be out there.
You just really can't appreciate hiking on trails, on any trails, until you get out there and see what is involved in building that trail.
There's all sorts of sections. You can walk a short distance, you can walk a long distance, you can walk a flat distance, you can walk a hilly distance. There are parts of the trail that anyone could walk.
The Cumberland Trail Conference was kind of founded or put together in order to kind of initiate or to begin efforts to build what's known as the Cumberland Trail in the Cumberland Trail State Park.
What this trail has done, it gives you a chance to learn a lot of things. You see the water, you see the rocks, you see the land, you see the trees. I guess it's just unlimited on this trail route as you go along, as what you uncover and what you're able to see.
We're opening up this land so people can see it. Most people would never get to see. We're opening it up so you can hike through there and see some beautiful overlooks and some beautiful areas. And the fact that we do have volunteers building the trail, I think it's a good thing because then they find out about it and they tell their friends about it, and that is our goal, to get people out here hiking and seeing what we've done. So.
The program that we're working on, it gives us an opportunity to put this path through this forest. As you go along this route, you have, of course, the ecosystem changes. And within just a matter of a quarter of a mile, you can go from an extreme north side with all of its different ecology and go around the point. As you go around, you see it begin to change and get on the other side, and there's a whole different perspective.
My desire is for people to understand what our role is and to come out and see what we're about.
Not too often is there anyone in the country building a 300-mile-long trail, and this organization is committed to the core to getting this done. There's a lot of miles left to build, but we're working our hardest to get it done.